topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Mindset Marketing Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry. With your host, Marie Mason.
Hi, and welcome back, everybody. I cannot believe it's May already. Woo! Has this year been flying by like crazy. So, welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show. I'm your host, Marie Mason, and we have a lovely and talented new co-host named Plinny Phoenix, all the way from Dublin, Ireland. So welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here. I was so happy when you said I was going to be like, I had to fly solo after Cheryl left, and I'm like, I didn't mind. I can do it. It's just more fun with somebody else. So anyway, so I'm so glad you were able to come and join us. And I just wanted to say we're going to have a lot of fun with our guest. We're going to have a guest named Manny Lopez, who's going to be with us in a short bit. But I just wanted to first introduce our new co-host, a little bit about her. She is a confidence coach. I just want to make sure I got that correct. Did I get that correct?
Yes, I'm a confidence coach and voice coach too.
Excellent. Well, I didn't realize that, so good to know that too. So I'll have to make sure I add that. And so confidence and voice coach, and since she's a lovely Irish accent and also Italian accent, because she's both Irish and she's Italian and Irish. That's a combination, an interesting combination. So yeah, and you first appeared on our show back in August 11th of 2020. Yeah.
August of 2020, and we were talking about confidence and self-doubt and all those things. Yeah.
You did a fantastic job as a guest speaker, and that's why I reached out to you, because I always like to work with the people that I'm familiar with. So it's much more easier that way. So anyway.
It's so nice, and I really love to be on radio, because making radio, doing radio is so fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's you get a little high doing something like that. So absolutely. It's like when the runners the same kind of that feeling. But anyway, before we bring up our guest, we do have something we wanted to talk about. But we definitely have some swag or some merch or merchandise, as some people refer to it as. And we have that in our Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio show shop. Oh my gosh, do I know how to pull together a tongue twister?
No, you're right. We have a lot of things, and all the listeners can go and check our mugs, our t-shirts, tanks, hats, backpacks, and a lot of gifts. And Mother's Day is coming, so check them out. And for birthdays, anniversary, and much more. So you can go to our website. It's libertyvisualsolutions.com/shop. So check it out, and check out also our YouTube channel.
Yes, our YouTube channel is basically it's a long one, but if you just go and go onto YouTube and look for Marketing Mindset Mastery, it shows up. So definitely take a look there. So I just want to make sure that people got a chance to get to know you a little bit, and you'll be with us for about 2 or 3 months, hopefully a little bit longer. And we'll just kind of go with the flow and see where everyone's at according to that. But we really need to go and bring up our guests. So would you like to be the one to do the honors, or would you like me to start? I think I can do the first one, and then you can do this, introduce them when we get back to the commercial break.
Yeah,
just so we can that way we can work that out. So welcome back, as we said before, to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and our new, lovely, talented co-host, Plinny Phoenix. Having to make sure I get your name correct. So our next guest is Manny Lopez. Manny helps create enhanced experts with unique lead generation and automation marketing strategies. He is a husband and father of 3 children. He also devotes his time to creating lifestyles and of being to be as a hashtag too blessed to be stressed, which I think is his tagline from what I understand, because I've heard him say it before. Well, managing his network of over 30,000 business professionals worldwide, today he would like to take the time out of his busy schedule to talk to you about Serve Your Way to Success. So take it away, Manny. Are you here?
Let's do this. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Hello.
To have you.
Welcome.
Yeah. One of the wonderful things I love about Manny is that I've been on several of his networking events, and hopefully maybe we can even dive into that at some point. But that's where I met Manny originally, and I just noticed how much he loves to give away prizes and all sorts of forms.
Rooney right there.
Yeah. So that's how I met him, actually. So I wanted to give people that idea. Oh, I hope I still have you guys. Okay.
We're here.
Good. My screen did something funny. I gotta love those computer gremlins, those internet gremlins. That's my story. I'm gonna stick to it. But anyway, it was playing hide and seek with me, so hopefully I'll be able to get this straight today. But long story short, I just wanted to introduce him, and I want to get a little bit of a background from him. So, Manny, I wanted to ask you the first question, and then we can probably tag team a little bit. But
sure.
First of all, I want to ask you, first of all, what you're passionate about, and couple that with your success journey. I think we're going to pull those two sentences together. So, I mean,
sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about your success journey and how it's your passion? Yeah, sorry.
Sure. So I guess a little bit about my success journey. I am a paid consultant now to over 1,000 brands worldwide. My focus is teaching automation and systems. And the focus of that is also aligned with the passion project I have, which is called From Orphan to CEO. I come from the foster care system myself. I've been homeless twice by the time I was 25. And 2 out of 3 of these kids that are aging out of foster care, meaning they don't get adopted. I was adopted. I had a forever family, but those that don't are even in worse situations. 2 out of 3 of them are either dead, homeless, or in jail within just 1 year of leaving the foster care system. So we're really failing these kids. And to look at what changed things for me, going from homeless twice at 25 to now, really taking care of things easily on that side of it, is 3 very specific things: mentorship, entrepreneurship, and faith. We hear it all the time, mentorship, right? You need to find a mentor, find somebody that's out there that's done it, you learn from them, right? But you need to find somebody who's willing to teach you. You need to find entrepreneurship as a vehicle to build your own dream versus waiting for permission to always be building someone else's. And faith is that foundation. I interviewed 50 millionaires in 1 month, and the common denominator with every single one of those successful people was faith. Faith was a foundation. First, they shelved it. They put it on the shelf when they first started the business. They're like, oh yeah, I can't talk about faith. I got to keep it business, got to keep it where everybody can be included, right? And then realizing that faith was that foundation in their business that created that success, that got them through those hard times, that got them to really believe in themselves and understand all that chaos was to create someone else's survival guide. When you put those 3 together,
wow,
that's what I'm really excited about bringing to the world. And I get to do that with my business of helping entrepreneurs grow their business. And at the same time, I'm able to show them how I grow mine.
Brilliant. Now, I loved how you put it. So if you don't build your dream, you're going to build somebody else's. I've heard that time and time again from other business owners as well. So you're spot on. And it's true. You have to believe in yourself in order to be able to build your dream or your business, whatever that looks like to you. You have to first believe in yourself. And I think that's confidence comes into play in that one. Wouldn't you both agree on that, Plinny and Manny? Or am I far off the left field? So I was just going to win. Spot on? Okay, excellent. So Plinny, did something come up? Did a question come up for you or?
I'm really interested in the faith side because we're talking about kids that are on the streets, and they see all dark, and you know yourself how it is on the street because it is what it is, and when you are inside, you don't see possibilities. So how do you teach faith to a kid that saw everything on the street and don't see actually a possibility out there to have a different life?
Do what I did. Find the example of someone that is like you, right? When my first mentor came to me in 2008, and he said, Manny, you should start listening to this guy by the name of Les Brown, right? He's a foster kid, just like you, right? Here's a video of him in front of 80,000 people that are hearing his story of how he inspires people, how he can help people. Once I saw him as the example, because I was looking at my CEO at the company I was working at, and I'm like, I can't relate to that guy. He wouldn't even give me permission to manage a team at his place. What makes you think I'm ever going to make it to a CEO? I always thought like everybody else did. You got to start at the bottom, work your way up, work your way up, work your way up. And they'll give you permission to be manager, permission to be a director, permission to be a VP. And then at some point, somebody will give you permission to be a CEO. That's what I always thought. That's what most people think, right? So what I had to see was the example of somebody that had a similar life to me that went out there and did it. That's the change. Because just like my sister, right? My sister's been through very similar, I would say very worse situations than I have. But she doesn't see the example anywhere, right? That's always an excuse. I hate to say that, but it's an excuse to say, I can't do that because they don't understand what I've been through. They can't relate to me. Nah, they're winning because they didn't have the life I had. Well, if they had my life, they would be where I am, right? We always have that type of relation. But when you find somebody that's been through what you've been through, who had to go through that chaos, and they're like, wait a second, you went through, I went through, you won? How? So that's what I do is I go find those crazy stories of people that have been raped, people that have been in cults, people that have been kidnapped, sex trafficked, and they're saying, this is what I had to go through, but that wasn't the end of my story. I took that pain. I processed it. I found a solution to it. And now I'm documenting that solution and giving it away to other people that have that similar pain.
What's better than that? Like giving the example and showing that I did it. Like I was like you can do it too. That's better than that. I think it's nothing like.
Right. And this is what I see all the time when I go speak on stages or I'm doing interviews. Every time I'm on a physical stage, there's two people that come up to me after the event because I'm always saying, hey, I'm talking about from orphan to CEO, what I want to do with the foster care system, how I want to change it to not 2 out of 3 ending up dead, homeless, or in jail. I want to see 2 out of 3 have a mentor, understand entrepreneurship, and own their own business. And we created the resources to do that. But when I get off stage, 2 people come up to me every time. There's always one person that goes, Manny, I had no idea. This is happening right in my own backyard. 2 out of 3 of these kids are dead, homeless, or in jail in our own cities, in our own communities. How? Why is this not front page news? Right? And then you look at the other one, the second person that comes up to me and goes, Manny, thank you. Somebody's bringing attention to this. I was in the foster care system. My aunt was in the foster care. I was a foster parent. They're always somebody related to the foster care system that's saying, finally, someone's talking about this. Somebody that can bring some attention to it. And then the other person that says, what can I do to help? I had no idea. That's what I'm looking for at each of these. And having that example, sometimes it's a kid that comes up to me and says, I'm from the foster care system. I was you on that stage. You make it possible. Thank you. And now I have so many success stories from orphan to CEO students. Like one of them, his name is Fernie Morita. He's out of San Diego. He multiplied his best ever income in 2020, right? The year of the pandemic where everybody lost everything. This kid is multiplying his income. He's checking off all the things on his bucket list. We were talking about bucket lists in the green room. This kid checked off like half of his bucket list in 1 year. And guess how much he paid me? $0. From orphan to CEO is completely free. We don't charge a penny to our students. They can access all our resources, all our education, all of our events. We even have mentors that will literally unlock their services for free. All they have to do is earn it. They invest some time. They go watch videos. We have like a YouTube platform that rewards them to binge watch our content instead of just putting cat videos and meme videos in front of them. We're putting interviews with billionaires in front of them to say, hey, this is what you should be paying attention to. Here's how to really do something with your life from somebody that's already done it. And they'll teach you for free.
That's awesome.
That's
And you have a process for that too, right? You have a way to help people document their success process, right? Because you not only walk the walk, you talk the talk, you learned how to document your own process, but you also turn around and teach others to do the same thing. Could you kind of give a little information about that? I mean, I figured that'd be a good lead into that. So
I call it serving your way to success, right? It's a way where if you understand sales, okay, this will be the easiest way to understand this. If I had 100 people in one room and I had some crystal ball that said, every one of these people are going to be my clients, right? I had them all put in the room. Now, these are people that never knew me, right? Very first contact, like just meeting you today, Plinny, very first contact, right? So let's say you were to do business with me. If you were you times 100, and I went all of you individual and said, hey, my name is Manny. I got this really awesome business. You should definitely be a part of it. Let me tell you about it. This is what we do. Here's how I can help you. Here's what it would cost. Sign on the dotted line, right? First contact, 2 people would sign up. Out of 100 contacts, 2. Even though the crystal ball tells me every single one of these people are going to be my clients, but only 2 happen on the first contact. Interesting. So I get all their phone numbers, right? I go follow up with them. I'm like, let's get on a call then, right? Let's get all these 98 people on a phone call. I get on a call with them, spend 30 to 40 minutes each with them, takes up my entire month. Guess how many people signed up from there? 3 people out of 100. Like, what the heck? 95 out of 100 people who are supposed to be my client have not signed up yet. So I'm getting a little frustrated. So I'm gonna reach out to them again. I know these are my clients. Reach out again. Get on another call with them, spend another month with the rest of the 95 people. Guess what? 5 more people signed up. By the first 3 contacts, only 10% of your sales happen. But that's literally where 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs stop. They get on the third one, like, they're just not interested. I guess the crystal ball was wrong. On to the next batch of leads. And they go find some other new avenue of marketing, right? They go do another post on social media, go do another campaign, they go hire another expert, right? When in reality, those first 3 contacts should all been serving. You should have just been asking qualifying questions. You should have been giving them stuff for free. I don't even try to sell the first 5 contacts because you know why? 8 out of 10 of those sales, 80 out of 100 are going to come somewhere between 5 to, if I had 12 contacts, I had 12 fingers, I'd have it. 12 contacts is what you're looking for, 5 to 12. So for the first 5, I'm just giving stuff away for free, trying to figure out, do they even like me? Do they like my stuff? Do they value my information? Would they even answer questions about what they do to see if they would qualify for what I do? Right? I'm just picking. I'm just like planting a bunch of seeds everywhere and then letting see what grows, right? But most people don't do that. That's like 1 out of 10 entrepreneurs will go past 3 contacts. So it's like the road less traveled that has no competition. Everybody else is trying to sell the first 3 contacts. Oh, let's get on a call. Let's make a deal. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you could do that if you're chasing the people that just chase deals and they're just on another opportunity. I mean, yeah, there's fun in that. But at the end of the day, that's not a longevity building business. I like to focus on serving your way to success. Take the process you want to get paid for, right? Let's say Marie wants to get paid. She wants to bring sponsors on. Let's just say we want to bring sponsors on the show, right? These sponsors, they need to have a business because all of this is going to be entrepreneur talk. You need to be in front of entrepreneurs. So you want a business that does business with entrepreneurs. You want a business that has results. You don't want to be putting on some fly-by-night company. So 3+ years or longer, right? You got business that has employees so they can pick up the phone when those people call. It ain't just a CEO doing business. So they got employees, their business 3 years, they do business with entrepreneurs. Bam, qualified audience. So you, Marie, could say, you know what, guys, we're giving away a free sponsorship on our show, right? You see the thing scrolling down at the bottom there? Go ahead and type that in your browser. It's going to pull up a little application so you can apply to get on our show for free, $0. This is like a $5,000 sponsorship. We're just giving it away for free. Any business out there that has business with entrepreneurs, you've been in business 3 years and it has at least 5 employees, go ahead and follow that line, right? And then that little questionnaire, it's a little survey that asks the same questions. What's your company name? How long you been in business? Do you have a website? What would be your free offer that you can give to our audience? Do you do business with entrepreneurs, right? Plinny doesn't even need to get on a call with them, right? Or anybody on the team, right? Just says, hey, we don't even need to do it. We can see who qualifies. This is how I get over 100 applications a month for a program I bring on no more than 10 clients a month. Every single month, no ads, no webinars, simply giving it away for free. Because check this out, Marie, all those applications comes in. Let's say 20 applications come in. You pick one. Oh, winner. That person wins. They get the full experience. You get to document the process. You can now show other people that are getting highlighted on your stuff. And then the other 19 people, you call them. Hey, I noticed you filled this out. You didn't win, but hey, what if we brought you into our program? Because obviously this would definitely benefit you. Instead of $5,000, I'll put it in for about $2,500. Just because you tried to win our contest, you didn't win. This person won. But hey, if you're still interested, we'll knock off this much on the balance. How about that? Does that seem fair? Bam. That is how you serve your way to success, my friends. Talk to qualified people who actually want your services. You start by giving it away for free, contests, giveaways, things like that. Gather the data, all the qualifying information you need, and then just cherry pick who you want that actually answered all the questions the right way. That's like, look, you do business with entrepreneurs, you got 3 years in income, everything matches up for what we're looking for. Let's do business. I call it the art of business. That's audience, result, time frame. If you want to understand how to serve your way to success, just get really clear on that. The audience that you work with, right? Who you get results for, what those results are, it has to be measurable, right? Can't just be like, oh, I helped them with their mindset. Like, nah, we got to get out of that. What does that mindset do? Did they actually get results with it, right? And then 3, what is the timeline that it takes to get results, right? Marie, you can say, hey, I can get you on the show within 30 days. We'll feature you on our show and you can start using those media assets, right? They would love that stuff. You find out what your customers want. You build a business around that solution, but you got to be very specific, right? They, as they say, the niches get the riches, even though it's niche, but that would kind of sound weird, the niche.
I know, it has to rhyme. So yeah, and I have actually heard him. Many of us had several conversations over the last few months, and he is what he says now on the show. He's been saying to me off and on for the last few months. So I'm so glad we're capturing it.
2012.
Yes, has it been that long?
2012, we started with mobile strategies. I came across a quote that showed that text offers are redeemed 8 times more than emailed offers. I came across another quote that showed by 2014, more than half the traffic on the internet would come through mobile devices. And I had no mobile strategy at the time. We were having a product on Facebook that got me named one of the best by Facebook, but it wasn't something that was longevity. It was an application process built on a Facebook page that just no longer works anymore. So I knew that writing on the wall was coming, and I said, we need to figure out how to pivot. Another valuable thing in business. Don't get stuck. You find something where your industry maybe not looking like there's a future for it, you got to have a pivot strategy. The way I do it is I look at, well, what is the market I'm already attracting in this product? What do they need that's outside of this product? So I don't have to change my entire market and my entire audience. I just change the product, right? Or the service. That way it serves the same audience. I can still build within that same community. It's just saying, look, I offer something new now because this is where things are going, right? That's a really powerful strategy in creating that momentum in your business where you don't get stuck. Too many people in the pandemic, like the live event people, I had to convert some of my members from doing live events weekly, and then the pandemic happened. What do you think? Nothing happened. No more events, no live events, no seminars. Some people sat there just like, oh, it's going to come back in a couple months or a couple weeks. I'll just wait. And they're like, snaps. Not
a little bit a year later.
Right?
I think this year, in the last 2 years, year and a half, we actually understood how to get with the flow, go literally like with what was happening, and follow our instinct and just accept everything and try to change it to your advantage. Because I knew a lot of people that was doing the same thing for years, for decades, and now they find that thing doesn't work anymore. So you have to find what you can offer that the others already want, and find a way to creative way to let it work in this situation. You need to be creative.
Well, that is fantastic. And we have more wonderful information that Manny is willing to share with us, but we do have to get ready to go to a commercial break. So I want to thank Manny Lopez for sharing some valuable tips and helping our audience with the topic of serve your way to success. So many good, juicy tips that I hope people And yes, he's got more that he's going to share, and I can't wait. So they can definitely help them grow themselves and their business here on the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show. And of course, as you now know, Manny has agreed to stick around for the second half of the show, and we'll be happy to also answer some questions on how to serve your way to success. So if our audience has any questions, please type them either on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, and we'll be happy to give those questions to Manny to ask while we're live on the show. Or he can come in to those channels and answer them also himself if he would like. Feel free to do so. Anyway, regardless, that ends this segment of their show. We're listening to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and lovely co-host, Plinny Phoenix. We'll be right back, and we're going to commercial break now.
We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Marketing Mindset Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry, with your host, Marie Mason. The show is brought to you by Liberty Virtual Solutions. We work with business coaches and speakers to help them market and host their webinars and upsell their coaching programs and develop heart-centered relationships with their audience. Welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Show with your host, Marie Mason, a premier podcast that helps you master your marketing skills.
Oh, sorry. I get so bouncy with this music.
Welcome.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Exactly. No, I love that music. It just gets me going every time I go on the show. So anyway,
I was coming back. I was like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show. I'm the co-host, Plinny Phoenix, and I'm with the host, Mary Mason. And with us today is Manny Lopez. He already gave away a lot of tips. Manny helps create and enhance experts with unique lead generation, automation marketing strategies. He's a husband, father of 3. He devotes time to creating lifestyle and being too blessed to be stressed. I love that, Manny. And he helped while managing his network of over 30,000 business professionals worldwide. And today he would like to talk about the serve your way to success. Manny, we already talked about that in the first part, but do you want to add one more tip?
There's a couple
like if someone wants to build their business and they are coming from this situation, for example, what's the main thing that they need to really focus on?
So I always recommend focusing data first, right? The main thing that you want whenever you want to connect with somebody is to get the personal cell phone number. If you don't have that, you have about a 10% reach rate, meaning out of every 100 people you connect with, you're only actually reaching 10. And remember, we need to get to 5 to 12 contacts before we even present any opportunities, right? So how do we make sure we're reaching them at those 5 to 12 contacts? So it's not followers on social media, right? That's a 5% reach. It's not building your email list. That's a 10% reach. It's not driving traffic to your website. That literally wastes 98% of your efforts. Okay, out of 100 people that go to your website, 98 of them are going to leave within the very first minute. They don't even click on anything, don't watch any videos, don't click buy now, don't put in their email, nothing. They just scroll up and down that first page. All right, back to Instagram, right? So what I do is I focus on a data first policy. It's so much easier. And I say this all the time. It is 1,000 times easier to get a cell phone number than a credit card number. Think about it, right? If I wanted to connect with you, I don't care if it's $1. If I told you, Plinny, I have a program, you need to buy it. It's awesome. It's the best thing ever. It's worth millions of dollars. I'll give it to you for $1. All I need is your credit card number and go put it on this website. You'd be like, that's fishy. Nah, forget it. But if I told you, hey, Plinny, I'll give you my process. This thing's worth $1 million. I mean, it could be priceless to you. I'll give it to you. All you have to do is give me your cell phone number and permission to follow up with you. I'm going to ask you if it works or not. Is that fair? That's
Wow.
10 times easier,
Yeah.
right?
Much
It's
easier.
way easier. So that's what I
It's
recommend.
it's a new way to ask a woman out, to ask
Right.
the number.
That's what I actually use that analogy a lot, where I say, you know what? It's like you go to the club, right? When you go to the club and you're dancing there and having a good time and you meet a nice little, potential spouse, you're not over there being like, hey, let's go home tonight. Hey, let's go home tonight. Hey, let's go. No, right? That just, I mean, it's going to work 2% of the time. But trust me, those 2% you're not wanting to take home to mama, right? Right. The ones that you want to take home to mama are the ones that you worked well. You just met them. Say, hey, I'd love to connect with you. Let's meet up afterwards. I don't know the dating game. I've been with my wife since high school, so I don't know how to do all that spit and game stuff, but I'm sure you don't go in there and try to seal the deal on contact one, right?
No, I've been married 18 years. I don't even know what to even say anymore to these folks. It's totally foreign to me. So I get that. So yeah, but
I actually have a little formula for this. So
Sure.
you're looking to launch an idea. You want to get paid for what you do. Maybe you're in the pandemic now and you're like, I need to pivot. I need a whole fresh start for what I'm doing. I want to monetize my intellectual property. How do you do it? Can I answer that for you guys?
Please go for it.
Please.
Write down these 3 letters. Actually, it's only 1 letter 3 times. The letter E, okay? The first letter, or the first E, stands for easy. The second one stands for exciting. And the third one stands for experience. If you take this formula into your business, this is how you're going to identify what you monetize and who your client is, all at the same time, okay? Here's how it works. Easy. This is things that if you want to get paid to do something, it has to be easy for you. Like literally, you could do it in your sleep. You do it for free. You'd pay to do it, right? Because it's fun for you. It's easy, okay? The second one is exciting. It's got to be exciting for you. Got to be exciting for you to learn about. It's got to be exciting for you to talk about, right? You got to be consumed about it. Like you could sit there and just scroll through videos on YouTube about that topic, right? It's got to be that fun for you. And then experience. You've got to have experience in getting measurable results. Not just like, oh, I can get people excited and I motivated them after that one call. It's got to like, look, I documented this and they went from here to here. Measurable results. And you start doing that by just giving it away for free. Like, hey, let me just bring you into this. I'll just document it for free. Let me see how the results work. And then I can use that to help other people, right? Or bring them in heavily discounted to document that process. So that's how you identify what you get paid for, right? Easy, exciting experience. If it can't check off all 3, you do not get paid for it, okay? Your client, on the other hand, is on the exact opposite of that spectrum. It is not easy for them. It is not exciting for them to go learn about and talk about, and they have no experience in getting results. If you can ask them those 3 questions, hey, is this easy for you? If I just sent you a bunch of videos, would this be exciting for you to go learn about and just go implement on your own? And is this really like, you got much experience in this? I mean, is this something that you can do without help? If they can say no to all of those, that's a potential client. That would be somebody you want to continue to serve and say, hey, well, let me give you my process. I'll give it to you for free. And that way you can see if you like what I do. I just need your cell phone number. I'll text you here and there just to see if it works, if you watch the video or not. And then just give me your feedback. That's all I ask, right? Then when you follow up with them, that's where the business happens, because you'll realize 97 out of 100 people, when you give it to them for free, they take no action without you. They will literally just shelve it, but they see you as the expert and they're not going to go hire somebody else. They're not going to go do it themselves. They're not going to go find somebody cheaper. They're literally going to you. So you got to be that one to make that connection and say, hey, how's the process working? Did you get to step 3 yet? Oh, you did it. Wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. Well, how about this? I'll get on a free phone call with you and I'll show you how to implement this. All you have to do is fill out this little questionnaire that saves us about 20 minutes of time. So I don't have to ask you the basic questions that I ask everybody. And then I'll have some details for you, kind of a process built just for you once we get on our call. How does that sound? People love that, to learn directly one-on-one with the expert they were trying to learn from the beginning. You take them through that process. By the time they get on your call, they consider you an expert. You have their cell phone number. They booked an appointment. They filled out 2 applications. They have your process. They've proven themselves they cannot do it themselves. And they say, I need help. Tell me that isn't the most qualified prospect you could possibly have without them watching an infomercial already on what you do.
That is fantastic. Yeah.
That's anybody can do that within any industry. Real estate, insurance, freaking photography, videography, coaching, consulting, writing books, publishing. Think about it. Any idea you have, tell me you can't put it through that type of process and get results, because it's all about building relationships and serving first, which is human nature, my friends.
No, it's like it's a really good strategy. It really is. Spot on.
And was also explained really easy.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy, excited to listen to it, and absolutely, you got experience into it. Yeah.
I'm on year number 10 right now, so I had a little bit of a track record so far, but it's been a lot of trial and error, right? When I first started, year one, it would be completely different if I started over again, right? I would consider year one a failure, even though we hit 6 figures in 4 months. For me, it's like, oh gosh, we almost failed. We hit this, we did this wrong. We delivered this wrong. This process sucked. We didn't train right. I mean, there's so many things you can learn just by going through experience. So just get out there, right? Mess up, fail on purpose so you can learn. Every failure is really just a learning experience to say, all right, that didn't work that way, right? It's going to work. It's just not that way, right? Yeah. And I heard something really amazing today. I was watching this video on YouTube about this guy that was, he got scammed out of like 10 grand, right? He made this investment in this idea. I think it was some products. It had nothing to do with business or anything. Just he bought this product that he got scammed on. It was fake, right? And the way he talked about it, it was just amazing how he saw it. He's like, you know what? This sucked, but I wouldn't change a thing because this is my story. This was how it's building me into what I'm supposed to actually be doing. Think about this. People look at their life and what they've been through and like, oh, why me? Why did I have to go through that? Why does that always happen to me, right? In reality, when you can look at it is really asking that question, why is this happening to me? There is a purpose behind everything. If something is happening again and again and again and again, I hate to tell you this, it's God telling you, you didn't learn the first time. What I tried to teach you that you're supposed to implement in your life has not been taught. So I will continue to bring this in front of you. It's kind of like my wife, right? My wife knew me years before I knew her. Like, I don't know how, like she knew me. I was a friend of her friend and she knew of me. And I was this crazy guy that she was like, oh God, this guy's weird. Every time he comes around, he's just a weirdo. And I was just a weirdo back then. But anyways, I digress. God kept putting me in front of her so many different times, in front of her friends, in front of her school. I mean, we went to the same school every single day for years and yet never met each other until we both failed classes, had to take summer school at a completely different school. And I randomly saw her from 50 feet away. She was just like God was like, okay, no more, Manny. Spotlight. We can't wait anymore. So when you keep seeing those redundant things happening in your life, there is a message and a purpose behind that, because I definitely would not be here right now without me meeting my queen and what we've been able to build together these past 16 years now that we've been together. And the same thing happens with chaos, right? I've had to lose in so many situations, but I go look back years down the road and I'm like, wow, that was a very minuscule problem that I got to go through. So that way, when this problem I'm facing right now, I now know what I need to do. You got to look at those little things that you may think as big things, but realize they're just a small little experience that you were supposed to learn something in that takes you to those new levels. And until you go through those processes and actually understand and comprehend that chaos, you'll understand why it will become someone else's survival guide.
Wow.
It reminds me of a quote called "Failure is not fatal." I don't remember who said it, but I've heard it enough times in my lifetime. And I'm like, yeah, you just proven that, you can always make those pivots and, you can just flip the switch and have a different perspective.
Unfortunately, it's not something that they teach in school. In school, you can't fail. You
Mark
need to
Twain
be
says it
perfect.
Don't let schooling get in the way of your education.
That's a good point.
I think,
I actually had a scholarship in sophomore year. I got straight A's in high school to win a bet. And I got straight A's and I got a scholarship. Before I could just go to any school I wanted to, and I had the scholarship I could use. Any school in the country. And I let it sit there and I let it expire. It expired at 30 years old. Didn't spend a penny of it. Let it sit there and didn't feel any way bad about it. I've multiplied that investment 10 times over, 100 times over in investing in myself with just direct experience. Getting out there and saying, you know what, I can learn behind a desk in a school, in a classroom, but yet on the job training, you can't differentiate that. So, and the same thing with the entrepreneurship, you have to get out there. You have to try things. You have to find somebody who's already done it, learn from them as much as you can, stick to their hip, because it's like going up a mountain, right? You can have the map and hopefully take all the right turns with the map. But if you have somebody there, it's like the GPS. If you messed up and you took the wrong turn, it's going to say, yo, you got to turn back. Otherwise, you're going to take 17 more minutes if you went this way, right? Yeah, that's what a coach and a mentor does, is like a GPS, a live GPS the whole way, versus looking at it like I read a book. Well, it's like a map, right? If you get stuck somewhere, flip to page 37. How do I get out of here? Right? So understanding that process of building upon experience, that's definitely one of the best strategies I've used.
Perfect. No, it's brilliant.
that is great.
Yeah.
I think all the GPS is absolutely like a good metaphor. I think a lot of people that are listening and they are in business or trying to go in business, they are getting that. Absolutely.
That's true. That's a good point. So the next couple of questions I have before we close out the show in the next 10 minutes or so. But first of all, how do you meet your potential clients or even people that you want to work with, share that information? And then how about, I know that you also have a virtual networking group that we talked about at the beginning of the show. So I want you to touch on that as well. So I would love to learn some tips about how you grow your business in that respect to help. Maybe that can help some people as well.
Find people who are already influential to the markets you want to reach. That has been my most effective strategy. I go look at places like Secret Knock, right? I go make a relationship with Greg Reed, who's the host of Secret Knock. And he's got an event that's top 10 on Forbes year after year. So I go to him. And instead of me just going in through like, oh, I'm just going to sign up and buy a ticket and, go in there and just be an attendee and network and do all that. Yeah, I can do that. And that's going to get results. But what would make more sense is let me go build a relationship with the host. Let me collaborate with the host. The first Secret Knock I went to, I was on stage showcasing the Secret Knock app that my company built. And we were in the app development space at that time. We generated Sharon Lecter as a client from there and all these other huge brands that just said yes because the host, the leader in that industry said yes. So when you can find somebody who's already influential to the market you want to reach, collaborate with them. I'll give you another story. Les Brown. Everybody knows Les Brown, right? You got to be hungry. So 2012, I had a bucket list goal that said, I want to shake hands with Les Brown, the guy who inspired me to become an entrepreneur. So I get a call by a guy by the name of Bernie Dorman, who is the president, CEO, the founder of CEO Space, who's now passed on. And he calls me and he says, Manny, I've heard you through the grapevine. You've got some really cool stuff. I'd love to have you come out to CEO Space. It's only $7,500 for one ticket. I was like, what? I launched my business for $5,000 and I had like $500 to my name at that time. And I was like, nah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I have to pass on this one. He's like, all right, that's cool, man. But if you change your mind, we've got Les Brown going to be keynoting this year. He's going to be an amazing, I don't know if you've ever seen him speak live, but man, that would be a great experience for us. I was like, wait. Did you just say Les Brown? Like, you got to be hungry, Les Brown. That one? Like, yeah, that guy. I was like, wait a second. Okay, you just changed my life right now because my bucket list is to meet this guy. He's like, dude, you could be front row. He could literally spit on your face when he says you got to be hungry. And I was like, wow, really? So I figured out a way to make that happen, right? I don't know how this happened. My merchant account called me with a referral. Has that ever happened before? Anybody ever gotten a referral from a merchant account. I guarantee none of your listeners right now can comment and say, yep, I've gotten a referral from it, because it's never happened since. But I got God had made a way. Got a referral from a merchant account, had exactly what I needed to get to that event, got to that event, shook hands with Les Brown, met his son. 2 years later, I get a call randomly after I hit one of the best on Facebook, and it's Les Brown's son. Hey,
wow.
Manny, it's John Leslie. How are you doing, man? What do you got going on today? I was like, I'm looking at my calendar. Man, I got a whole calendar, man. This is going to be pretty full. What you got going on? Well, my dad just landed in LA and he wants to meet you. I was like, wait a second.
Wow.
Les Brown, your dad, right? You got to be hungry, guy? He's like, yeah, dude, I only got one dad, man. Yes, that guy. He wants to meet you. I was like, actually, I got nothing on my calendar. It's completely empty. I'll meet you guys wherever you're at right now. So I go there to meet him. I collaborate. I look at an opportunity where I needed to reach more speakers, coaches, authors, and consultants. Name me anyone in that space who does not know the name of Les Brown, okay? Highly influential to the market I want to reach. I explained what he needs. He's like, Manny, I need to get to 1 million followers on Facebook. I need more speaking opportunities. I just finished a battle with cancer. Everyone thinks I'm on my deathbed, but I'm ready to get on stages. I mean, this guy's 76 right now, and he's still getting on stages, right? Looking at that process, I knew what was missing, and I told him, this is what you need. And he's like, how much does that usually charge? I was like, well, I usually charge about 5 to 10 grand for that. And he starts getting his checkbook out. I was like, wait. What if we did this less? What if I built this all for you for free? $0. Here's what I want from you. Let me document the process. Let me document what I'm able to do as far as results. Let me utilize those results to help other people, because I need more speakers, coaches, authors, and consultants to work with. And your money would not be good. I would love to do it this way because that will help my business tremendously. And don't even tell your people about it. I'm going to do this all by myself. Don't even let your marketing, nothing. Don't push it on your social media. Don't hit your email list. I'll show you what I can do all by myself. And in 2 years, we captured over 1,000 speaking opportunities. Again, no ads, no webinars, just the process of serving first and giving things away for free. From that point on, I was like one of his best friends. I mean, 2020 hit, they canceled all of his events. I was like the first person he called. Manny, what do we do now? We don't have events. I need digital stuff now. And now, as of today, we're still running campaigns for Les Brown. But I say that because the focus of that process. Now, my business has over 5,000 applications from speakers, coaches, authors, and consultants that say, Manny's the expert. I want to work with Manny on a project. Can we collaborate? And a lot of them said, hey, I saw what you did for Les Brown. The power of being able to leverage success that you can create for people who are already in the know of the markets that you want. Untapped potential, my friend. And most people don't get it. They don't serve first. They want to go to these celebrities and try to sell them. Oh, they got money. They'll cut me a check. Of course they would. But if you know how to leverage the success story of somebody who everybody knows already, trust me, that is priceless. Like today, I'm still able to utilize what we did 6 or 7 years ago.
That's amazing.
We actually have to get ready to go to the end of the show, believe it or not, and close out the show. And before we do you want to share a gift real quick? And then we're going to actually have to go and finish and wrap it up. So
here's what I'll do. You guys see my number here, right? This is my direct line. You guys watching right now, send me a text message. Here's what I'm going to give you guys. Where do I have it? I know I have it right in here.
We have some people on audio and some people on the video. So can you say it as well?
Yeah. So the phone number it's a US based, so +1 if you're international, but it's 714-369-8528. Just text me one word, the word blueprint. I documented the entire process I talked about today with you guys, the Triple E formula, the art of business, how to create your content, how to give it away for free. I have the entire process documented. I'll give it to anybody that texts in this number, the word blueprint. That's it. Just the word blueprint. Within about 1 minute to 2 minutes, I'll text you back. You'll get a message back that will say, hey, here's how to access the blueprint. And it will be completely free. There's no upsells. There's nothing to buy, right? And then if you guys go through there and you guys do that, I'll also invite you to one of our networking events. These are completely free to attend. If you go online, you'd have to buy tickets, so don't go and do that. Everyone watching right now, if you text in Blueprint, I'll also give you guys an invite to our virtual speed networking events. Completely free, nothing but entrepreneurs in the room, tons of giveaways. We give away stuff like this. Last one, we gave away a bunch of silver, right? Check this stuff out. So we're always giving away really cool stuff, from products to games to different experiences from entrepreneurs. Really fun stuff. No selling, no pitching, nothing but just education and collaboration.
It is fantastic. In fact, I was just speaking to one of the members of that networking group just today, and that we talked earlier this week. So that was earlier, no, actually it was in April that I went and attended. So yeah, it's definitely worth attending to make those wonderful connections and a chance to hang out with Manny. So it's always wonderful to hang out with you. I want to say thank you so much to Manny for being here today. You've been a big blessing to us. We learned so much from you. I think Lonnie would agree to that as well. So,
oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Your energy during the call, fantastic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and so he shares
so green room, huh?
yeah, I know. He shares so many valuable tips for how our audience grow in their business and sales, and so many valuable tips. So make sure you listen again and just to get the nuggets. And we are actually on the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show. And his topic today was on serving your way to success. And that is such a key point. You have to serve in order to gain trust. That's the key. And then I want to encourage you to take advantage of his offer. And you need to go to text his number. It's his direct line. It's at 714-369-8528. And also make sure you write out the word blueprint, BLUEPRINT, just to make sure the spelling is correct. And also mention the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show, and he'll definitely make sure you get it, right? That's another plug. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to have you here. So I wanted to also let you all know we're going to have some more guest speakers next week's show, and they will provide you more tips on how to set up your business for success. That ends the segment of our show. Until next time, this is your host, Marie Mason, and my lovely, talented co-host, Plinny Phoenix. And this ends this show. Until next time, see you all next week.
See ya, bye.
Go to our radio page and check out the gifts from our speakers. We'll see you next time on Marketing Mindset Mastery with your host, Marie Mason.